Hey fellow DIYers, welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt, you're watching Just a Farm Dad. We are going to be installing a 50 amp double pole breaker today for a range that's going to be going over in my kitchen. You're going to need a 6-2 wire with ground, your double pole 50 amp breaker, a cable clamp for the top of your box or the bottom depending on which way you want to route it in, and a multimeter just to test power. I'm not a licensed electrician, so this is for entertainment purposes only. If you're unsure about how to do this stuff, please consult your local building authority and don't attempt to do any of this and risk your life because sometimes this is dangerous. Got your multimeter to alternating current. We're going to go ahead and test power. Always check your power on a known source first. It's happened to me once before. I was working on electrical and the multimeter was bad, and had I went to a known source first and tested, say, an outlet and had 120, I would have known that my meter was bad. But always do that first and then come over when you know your multimeter is working correctly, then check the power on your panel. Makes more sense and it's safer. I'm going to go up top and do this back left knockout and then install the 3/4 inch cable clamp. I have a hammer and a punch. Can't see what I'm doing up here. There we go. Well, there's our knockout. We'll trash that. We'll get our cable clamp. This fits on the top. You take your locking collar, slide it in. And you can either turn the nut or clamp on the top side. It's easier for me to just hold the washer and turn the clamp from the top. I like to take it to where it's almost tight, and then I can get a good grip on the clamp on the top side, and I can go ahead and turn that clockwise to give me that extra tightness that I'm looking for. Once you get your clamp hand tight, then you need to come in with a screwdriver and hit that ring so that you can tighten it down even more. I believe I drilled a 3/4 inch hole for this. This is a 6-2 wire. I want to say some of your ranges start out at 4,500 watts and go up from there. It's a pretty tight bend up here. Once you get that through there and you're able to grab a hold of it, it goes a lot easier. Run that down, that's probably plenty. Let's run the wire through our cable clamp. Let's tighten up the clamp. You just don't want the cable moving around on you while you're trying to slit the insulation. Okay, she's solid. Okay, we're going to cut our insulation off the wire. Let me brighten this light up a little bit. It's a little bit hard to see. And I'm not left-handed, so that makes it even a little more difficult. Slice your wire, then you can come over, kind of walk your blade all the way around, just get that outer sheathing off, that outer layer of insulation. Probably tear the rest of it. Okay, now since our cable clamp is tight, you can go ahead and start pulling on this wire. Give it a little bit of a twist as you do it. And that'll come off. Let's back up a little bit. We took our outer layer of insulation off of this wire. Just going to untwist this wire here. Grab your ground wire, get that paper off of there. Okay, let's attach the ground wire first. So take all these cables here, feed them to the back. I tuck them in behind my box while you're working. Take our ground wire, and I want to get it behind everything. I want it coming straight across the back. So in order for me to do that, I need to put a little bend in it. Feed it back. And then you want to try to make these bends as large as possible so that you're not trying to you're not kinking your wire. Go. Now we have it running across the back. We need to run it behind these three. Okay. You're going to locate where you want to go on your grounding bar. Mine's right across from this grounding screw right here. Next thing I'm going to do is route my wire down. Be careful you don't get poked in the eye doing this. I always try to fold my end back over when it gets around my face. Okay. We got it in. You're going to find the proximate location and we're going to give it a bend, nice sharp 90 degrees to mark where you need to cut it. Do the lineman pliers. There's about a foot and a half long piece that's scrap. Grab you a pair of needle nose. Put a very nice 90-degree bend in your wire because that's what you're going to tuck in behind your screw. I took the pair of needle nose and I just tucked that copper wire in behind that grounding screw, and we're going to go in and tighten it up. As you tighten this up, it kind of pushes that wire out. Make sure it stays tucked in. Let's get in behind some of these wires. There's too much of a sharp angle. Okay. Pull it out just a tad. I want everything lining up nice and pretty. We just finished our ground wire. The next one in line is going to be our white wire. Untuck it from the back. We're going to send it across. When you look outside to see how your power company brought this in, or if you did it yourself, your white common wire is really the power that gets sent back to the power company. You have two hot legs that come in, 120, 120, and then your neutral wire tells the power company how much power that you've been using. So mine is on the right side. You could have it on the left side. Your bars are going to be symmetric. So mine's on the right. I'm running this cable to the right. Tuck it behind everything. I think on this one, yeah, I'll tuck it behind everything, depending on how this one wants to act with me. that worked out pretty good. Then we'll run it behind these ones. Run it behind all these. Okay. We're going to run it down. We're going to put it on this white screw right back here. So what we're trying to do is get it tucked into the side over here so that we can take a measurement of roughly the length that it needs to be. And we'll cut it about right here. About a foot long piece that's no good. I'm going to take your utility knife, score all the way around in a circle. Let's tuck it behind these wires. The neater you run this stuff, the easier it's going to make your life. You take that, we'll get it back in behind there. Okay, it's in. Tighten it down. Wiggle your wire, and then retighten it. Got about a 1/16 out of that. Do it again, a little bit more. Then if you want, you can come back, pretty that up a little bit, take the bend out of it, however you want to do it. I think that's good there. Next wire, let's just do black wire on top. So we'll run our black wire. It's going to come down to this side. Okay. Bring that down to about the length that you need. Give it a good crease. Grab it at the screw, and we're going to cut it off right there. The way my methodology works is over here on all of my other condensers, my air handler, I always like my black wire at the top. And then the next preceding wire, whichever one is going to be your next hot leg, is the one I always put on the bottom. So I can go through here and tell you every black wire that's thicker than the rest is going to be a double pole breaker because there's a white wire trailing after it. So we'll get that into right there. Same with this. You want to get it hand tight, move it around, retighten it. Do that about 3 times. These stranded wires need to have good contact and good continuity with these screws. And about 3 times of wiggling it around should get it tight enough for you. Okay, Last up's the red wire. It's going to be our other hot leg. We'll pre-bend it. It's going to go below that one. I'll bend it right here. Grab it at the screw. Trying to stay out of the way of the camera so y'all can see. Got a bent wire. Okay. This one's a tough one because it's in the corner over here and I know you can't really see a whole lot. But I'll give you a close-up once I finish. The only thing that goes into your circuit breaker are the hot legs. Anything that's hot goes to the circuit breaker. All your neutrals go to a neutral bar right there in the back. And then your grounding bar is in this corner back here. And you know that because this is your aluminum grounding wire that comes from your transformer outside from your meter box into here. There's your ground, your neutrals, and all of your hots are your circuit breakers. Hey you guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you tuning into the channel today. I do this stuff for you to hopefully save you time and manage your time a little bit better, hopefully save you some money also. Thanks for watching. If you like that, if you learned something, give me a thumbs up. God bless, see you in the next video, and stay safe.